Peace, 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 peace. Pause that music there. I want to talk about the selfie scholar. This is what's going on. We are the selfie scholars. We are the scholars of the selfie. What's funny and what's going on now is, everybody is a scholar now. All you got to do is press the live button on your phone and you can just blab on about whatever you feel, whatever you think. Today, everybody is a scholar with a camera. And, that's why so much misinformation is being passed around so quickly, so freely. Because anybody can just, get online and go on live. So what we have here is we have scholars of religion, spiritual scholars, and historical scholars, just independent people, that has ideas in their head, might have read some books, did a little research, and said, you know what, I'm going to teach the people, and press the live. And in hopes they get that 1 million views, 1 million people watching, 200 something people watching, 400 something people watching, that helps them to do more lives. The more people watch, the more they do lives. You ever notice, if you see people that do a lot of lives, it's because you have a lot of people watching them. So we see that as, yeah, that's awesome. They must be speaking some truth, because every time they get online, they have at least 200 people watching to 1 million people watching, listening. We don't know who these people are. We don't know what's their aim, their goal. We have no idea. What are they really doing this for? What are they really doing the live for? Like, what am I doing this live for? Nobody knows me. Nobody knows where I'm from, my history, nothing. I'm just jumped on and just start running my mouth. What's the goal? What's are we just listening to whoever just flap their lips? Whoever's in front of a camera? We're used to that. We've been raised in that culture of focusing on whoever the camera is on. If the camera is on you, then you are the point of focus. We watch celebrities and the president is on TV. Television and the camera has really taken control of our daily lives. We can't function without watching television or the internet or something of that nature. Now we can be little superstars in our own right. All we have to do is just pick up our phone. I remember about a decade ago when I was pushing the Hebrew Israelite knowledge, and there was no live videos back then. Back then there wasn't no lives. Like, what you had to do is you had to record yourself, put it on YouTube, and then from YouTube try to link it over to Twitter or whatever else. But you couldn't just jump on Facebook, do a live. You couldn't jump on Black Planet or what was the other one I used to be on? Was it Black Planet? I think it was Black Planet. Or I forgot what was the other one I used to be on all the time. But you just couldn't make videos and just you couldn't speak live. Like, it wasn't real time selfies, but now it is. The technology has advanced, and people are able to make videos and speak their minds and put this on the internet. And basically, we are all trying to be little celebrities, little superstars. We've watched celebrities and people on television, speak, act, politicize, speak messages. We don't watch preachers and pastors on television preaching, and so we live in a virtual television world. Everything is about the camera. Everything is about who is in front of that lens. I mean, there's cameras everywhere now. There's cameras on top of buildings. There's cameras, in your television. There's cameras on your phone. There's cameras on the light. There's cameras in your car. There's cameras everywhere. You're being watched. Everybody's being watched. Everybody's being followed. It's to the point that we're just turning on the camera and exposing our personal lives, ideas, to really unknown people all over the world, in hopes that we can start a platform. We can be little celebrities, in our little, minuscule life. We are really just obsolete to the greater humanity of the world. I'm just one person. I'm not that special, but if I do enough lives and I speak enough on in front of the camera, then people would view me. They would look, they would listen, and pretty soon I would get a large number of people listening and following, so that would give me some type of, I don't know, that would put the battery in my pack. And I start doing more lives, and I start speaking, because I'm like, the people want to hear it. The people want to hear the truth. And then after a while, I'm going to fancy myself like I'm the man. Everything I say, everybody just liking, giving me happy faces, thumbs up, hearts, things of this nature, So that would just kind of give me that clout that I was looking for. Unlike some other people that might go live and nobody views it. And they might be speaking absolute truth. Everything they saying makes absolute sense. But nobody's viewing them. Nobody's watching them. So their platform is not being established broadly. But everybody's looking for a platform. Everybody wants to be heard. Everybody wants to be seen. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But the problem is that now we're taking it too far. There should be a line that should not be crossed. You can't play with everything. Everything is not for the independent use only. Meaning, when it comes to a situation where you have a group of people who are lost, who are disenfranchised, who are segregated against, who are discriminated against, and who discriminate against one another. When you got a lost people and you trying to guide them, or you want to guide your people to some truth, you have to be aware of who's speaking this truth. I mean, you have anybody and everybody jumping on Facebook Lives now and speaking, and they're getting a large group of people watching, following them. But is it for the proper purpose? Or are we just independent fools just using a feature that has now been presented on Facebook. You know, Facebook is a Jewish run app. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we're talking against these Jews, but we're using their search engines and their media apps to get our message across. I mean, Facebook did not provide the live feature, you know, at its conception. Later on, you know, 10 years in, now they have this, all you have to do is, you want to go live, just press the live button and you can go live. And so now everybody's a scholar now. All you have to do is jump on live, you know. Everybody's a scholar. Everybody has the knowledge. And now this is why so much misinformation is being broadcast so quickly. You have multitude of people just pressing the live button and speaking their understanding. There's no collective unity in what is the foundation of our belief. Just anybody just jump up and just bring out any type of information they want to bring out, because they have the opportunity to have their little personal selfie. So everybody's a scholar. Everybody's a superstar on their phone. All you got to do is turn on the camera, and you can act. It's all an act. You know, cameras. You know, and the people behind the camera and the people in front of the camera. These are all actors who are, you know, once the camera go off, they're a totally different person. The camera turns on, they act a certain way. If the camera goes off, they act a different way. So when you have people that, you know, you have 1,000, 2,000 friends on Facebook, whatever, and as you are trolling down Facebook and you see, oh, this person has a live, this is the title of the live. Then you scroll down, somebody else has a live. They're speaking on this subject, that subject. You got this person speaking on this person speaking on that. You got 100 views on this, you got 2 views on that, you got 3 shares on that, you know. So, what is the right information? Like, it's too much independent scholarship going on. Too much. And really a lot of people are doing it for likes. This is what they're doing it for. They want likes. They want thumbs up. This is why they're doing it. This is you know, they doing it to get people. You know, they want to start a platform. And I'm not mad, you know, at these people for wanting to start, you know, wanting to do. Everybody wants to be important in life. Everybody wants to be special, you know, in their little time here on earth, you know. But does that mean, you know, jeopardizing the solidarity of our nation? You know, somebody has to stop these people from just independently speaking on subjects and that might cause us to further be put into a situation of ignorance because of all this independent scholarship, misinformation, ridiculous debates. Just, it's crazy. It's really crazy what's going on. And a lot of people are doing it for likes, views. You know, that little pat on the back type thing. You know, and Facebook talks about that. How the like button and people, you know, you get addicted to that. You know, somebody likes your stuff. So you put on something else. Somebody else likes it. You say something else, 2, 3 more people like it. It's kind of that approval, pat on the back, you did a good job kind of thing, where every time you do something, there's a reaction, either it's a negative or a positive. So And then it makes it kind of it draws you in. The more people like it, the more you start to post. And if people like that, you start lives. And if you're speaking on it and you get a lot of people watching, you do more lives. So it draws you in. And this is what Facebook already knew what would happen when they was doing their little think tanks and things of this nature. I don't watch videos on Mark Zuckerberg and the whole Facebook criteria on how they keep people interested, why they keep coming up with all these new features, and you got the live button, you can do this, you can do that, all to independently express yourself to however many people, friends, family, or whoever you have, on your page. We are using it to be scholars or people of some type of educational interest. And we're just promoting information that we haven't really studied on, that we haven't really investigated. We just want likes. We just want shares. We want 1 million views on our live. Who wouldn't want 1 million people watching you talk? I mean, come on. We all grew up watching superstars, watching, rappers and singers and entertainers walk on stage, and you got 1 million people screaming for them, wanting to touch them. When they speak, everybody listens. When they sing, everybody follows along. We grew up watching that. The Farrakhan's, the preacher. It started off with the church. The person on the platform was the pastor. And everybody else sat and listened. He was the superstar. He was the celebrity. And we all want that in our life. We all want to be that shining star that's brighter than all the other stars in the heavens. We want all these people to bow down to us. We want to be the man. We want to be the diva. We want to be the celebrity, the superstar. We want to be the Dr. Benz. We want to be the one. We want to be the Moses, the Jesus, the Muhammads, the Baracks, Obamas. We want to be that one. And we're fighting, and we'll do whatever it takes. We'll say whatever we got to say. We'll put on costumes. We'll debate. We'll argue. We'll get ridiculous. We'll play humble. We'll play spiritual. We'll do whatever it takes. We'll get on live with our shirt off. Whatever it takes just to get viewed, just to get looked at. It's unfortunate that, our thirst for attention will allow us to jeopardize our whole culture, our whole movement. And I'm seeing this so, often, more often now than ever. And I come back from the era where there wasn't no lives and all that selfie and stuff like that, You had to get a camera and take your pictures and then take the little chip, put it in the computer, or take the chip, so you can transfer it to your phone. You had to do all type of stuff just to get a picture, just to do a video. Now it's so accessible to take pictures and do videos and make lives and put your videos on YouTube and cut and paste and edit, and it's done went too far. It's done went too far. And I think that it's doing us it's doing everybody a disservice, man. I mean, we go on YouTube or we go on these different media outlets, and somebody's recording themselves getting pulled over by the police. No, I'm not giving you my license. I could travel. I don't have to show you ID. Next thing you know, the cops is busting the window, tasing them, shooting them. Why? Because you just doing this for views, for likes. You on Facebook Live, just, oh, I just got pulled over, watch this. Really? So you see the culture that we're allowing, it's bad enough that everywhere we go in society, it's cameras now. You drive down the street, there's cameras on every traffic light, pole, it's cameras. There's cameras all on apartment buildings, professional buildings. There's cameras everywhere. There's a camera in your car. There's a camera on your phone. You're being watched. And we are okay with this now. Because the way they presented the whole selfie thing, it was attractive. Oh, I could take pictures and do all these filters and features, and I can do videos, and I can, if I got something to say, if I have an opinion, I can speak up on it. But what they was doing was making us prepared to be comfortable with being observed, watched constantly. What's the word I'm looking for? There is no privacy anymore. Our privacy is gone. We don't have privacy anymore. We're being watched, we're being viewed, we're being listened to constantly. Even police officers have cameras now. They tell you you're being recorded, you're being listened, there's audio and video on you. You walk down the street, you're being watched. You go to work, you're being watched. So this whole selfie making video culture that we live in is the government's way to make us numb to the fact that they're taking our privacy away from us. And we're indulging in a situation that is taking our rights away from us. We have no privacy. We're being watched totally. I'm in the security field as far as my occupation right now. So, as a security officer, my job is to observe and report. That's my job. I'm supposed to observe and report. So, I have to watch these CCTVs, right, which is the camera system. Okay, so I'm looking at hallways and parking lots, and I'm watching everybody. I'm watching everything moving, I'm watching everybody. And guess what? While I'm watching everybody, there's a camera watching me. And I'm pretty sure the people that's watching me, watching everybody else, they're being watched. There's cameras all around me. There's no privacy. None whatsoever. If I want some privacy, I have to go in the bathroom. I don't know, it might be a camera in there. Which I heard in the stalls, they put cameras. So, us partaking in this new video era of our American culture, in this selfie era, it just has so many evils attached to it. Pretty soon, these cameras that's on every light pole, every traffic light, on top of buildings and hallways, on your phone, your TVs be having cameras on it. Pretty soon, the camera is going to go from the outside of your house directly inside of your house, where they're just going to be watching you inside your house. And the laws that's being passed is taking more of our independent and privacy rights away from us. This is why, you have, President Trump talking about fake news, and, it's just anybody can pick up a phone and say anything. You can jump on live and say anything. And if they get 1 million views, well, it must be the truth. Information, fraudulent information, fake information, misleading information can be circulated at such a fast rate now because of these cameras, because of these selfies and self videos and the little independent clips of yourself. Misinformation is being passed around. Our rights are being taken away from us. Our knowledge is being taken away from us because you have too many people with different ideas. Even in the Old Testament, the Tanakh, it says, how can two walk together if they don't agree? But if everybody have their own knowledge, their own thoughts, then nobody is going to agree and nobody's going to walk together. That means there will be no unity. Because you have one person that might be saying one thing, and then here you go, you get somebody else come out of nowhere and say something else. This person got 200 views, but this person got 400 views. Who do you think they're going to believe? Who do you think the people are going to believe? So, the independent scholar, the selfie scholars, and all these people, bringing out their little books and starting up, they press that little live button and they go and start talking for an hour or two. Just as an independent person, just be aware of what's going on. And be aware that everybody that's in front of a camera isn't who they are in front of that camera. A lot of times I don't turn the camera around. I don't usually show my face on the camera too much. Because it's not me that I'm trying to create a platform on. It's the understanding, it's the knowledge that should be the foundation of my platform. Not me personally. I want the knowledge to outlive me. You understand? Just like the Torah outlived Moses and Joshua and Abraham and Isaac and Jacob. So that's what you would want. You would want the foundation to outlive the founder. But according to Daniel 12, we are in the age, we are in the time of the end, where knowledge is increasing. People are running to and fro. You got so many people with so many different theologies and ideas and scholarship, and all these people are coming out at once. It's not like in the old days where you had that 1 or 2 scholars or 3 scholars that dedicated their life to research and studying and purchasing dozens of books. Purchasing dozens of books to read, to give people the correct information or whatever information they felt like they want to give out. Now, everybody's a Dr. Ben, everybody's a scholar, everybody is a Google sensation, everybody has the knowledge. And this is the time of Daniel when everybody's kind of running to and fro, to this knowledge, from that knowledge. You run to this, that don't sound right. Let me run from that and go to this. I don't like the way he's saying that. I don't think that's right. Let me run over here. So it's just too much going on. It's just, we got to find one accord. We got to get on the same playing field here. It's just too many people just waking up and pressing a live button. And they're misleading a lot of people. So I'm just saying, don't respect everybody that's in front of that camera. They're actors. It's a front. It's not real. They're acting. They're pretending for the camera. They want viewers. You know? They want 1,000,001 people watching them. They want 250 people watching them. They want 50 shares. They want their platform. They want to be special. We all do. We all want to be special. We all want to be somebody in life. And if I can just jump on live and just talk and talk, and I can appeal to the people's ignorance and create my platform off of obscure, meaningless, misleading knowledge, if I can continue to get these people listening and watching me, I can get these people to pay me. I can be funded. You know, I can make a lifestyle out of this. And this is what a lot of people do. They get money from this. Like, what? I mean, you sitting at home broke, can't find no job, or the little job you got ain't paying the bills, ain't getting you to where you want to be, and you seeing these guys just get in front of a camera, and you got thousands of people listening and watching these people. I mean, and you sitting at home broke, or you sitting at home and you want to do the same thing. What you gonna do? You gonna go to your nearest cell phone distributor, you know, get your little $30, $50 phone, you know, plan or whatever. Come home, sit your phone in front of you, open up your Facebook app, and press go live. And you know, you ain't gonna get followers at first. Ain't nobody gonna be listening to you at first, but you keep it up. Don't give up. Don't give up. Maybe you need to put on more an elaborate costume. Let me wrap this cloth around my head. Let me put on this shawl. You know. Let me set up the background. Let me get a staff, put the staff here. Let me get the books here, set it up. I'm gonna get a little candle, light the candle, let it get a little smoky in here. You know, let me dim the light a little bit. You know, put on some instrumentals. You know, set the stage up. You know, that's all you're doing is you're setting the stage for your platform, and then you start talking. So people will see what you got on, see the background. This is something that programmers of television and commercials, this is something they already know. They know how to grasp the attention of the people. So once you get familiar with how to get people's attention, it could be the way you dress, the way you look, or whatever, you know, then you can kind of start your platform. No, it doesn't matter the information that you're presenting, the information that you're spewing out to people. It doesn't matter. As long as you have multiple people listening and watching and agreeing with you, your platform will be secure. First, you start off, you get you a couple friends, maybe some females, couple of males, and that always agree with everything you say. You need people to agree with everything you say. So you have your little frontline people. You know, you might have your sister, your cousin, your best friend, you know. So every time you jump online, they give you a thumbs up, call you, hey, King, you got the truth, speak that knowledge. So people will see that, and then they will start listening to you. Some people might disagree. But we are not a people that think for ourselves. We are more on a socialist kind of society, meaning that we kind of go with the crowd. So if the crowd is agreeing with this individual, then that's usually where we gravitate to. Is whatever that crowd is doing, we're going to partake in that same mentality or belief. So if you see this, say if I'm speaking, right, and I got 200 views, but I'm pretty sure I probably have absolutely no views right now, and that's okay. Because the information is true. When you have true information, you're not going to get a lot of views. When you're speaking real, when you're speaking righteously, when you're speaking on a common sense level, you're not going to get a lot of views. You're not going to get a lot of followers. That platform that you see other brothers or other sisters get quickly, you're not going to get that. Why? Because you actually are speaking correctly. I don't know why that is, but reading the Bible, we see that the prophets that spoke righteously were never heard. They were never listened to. They were ignored. They were banished. They was pushed out. They was shut up. They didn't want to hear truth. They didn't want to hear what was right. They wanted to be entertained by lies. So we read this constantly in the Bible, Old and New Testament. Our shepherds have led us astray, but yet we still gravitate to those shepherds. We allow the shepherds to lead us astray because we gravitate to those shepherds in the first place. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge because they reject knowledge. So the rejection of knowledge is the rejection of truth. The rejection of truth is the rejection of righteousness. So if someone is speaking righteous, they're speaking truth. And obviously, we are, humanity is rejecting the righteousness of truth for the entertainment of lies. And anything in front of the camera is entertainment. To tame. Entertainment. To tame something is to have control. So when you entertain, maintain, tame, same thing. What you're doing is you putting a person in a trance to where you have control over them. This is like, television, television program. Entertainment is meant to enter into some type of taming you, maintaining you, to think a certain way, to believe a certain way, to be a certain way. So anything in front of that camera is really a delusion to the truth. It's a distortion of vision. It's a misrepresentation of true clarity. So when a person gets on live, they are also actors of entertainment. They want to be celebrities. They want to be celebrated. We are only supposed to celebrate the aspirations of life and to aspire to a good life, a precious life. But people want to be celebrated as gods. You only celebrate God. This is why we give praise. Say hallelujah, hamdulillah, whatever. Because we are celebrating our deity for giving us mercy, grace, and life. But you have people on earth that want to have that same prestige as God. They want to be like the Most High. They want to be celebrated. They want their words to be heard as God's words were heard. They want to have control over the masses, like God has control over the masses. So they want to be like the Most High. They want to be celebrated like the Most High. They want, they want to be a god. They want to be a diva. They want to be a boss. They want to be, they want subservience to them. This is what people want, because we grew up in a culture where there was a leader and then there was those following. You had the president and everybody under the president. You got lieutenants, sergeants, captains. So it's, we live in a situation where we live in a capitalist society, meaning you have to capitalize off of someone else's downfall, off of someone else's ignorance, off of someone else's privacy. You want to be the cap. You want to be the top. Everything is on the bottom of you. So we all try to start our little platforms in order to be on top, even if we have to knock somebody else out of their platform. And this is why you get a lot of debates, a lot of people being disrespectful to one another. It's like, where's the unity of knowledge? Where's the togetherness of this understanding? This is what supposedly the black Hebrew Israelites, the Hebrew Israelites, Jews in general, that is supposed to be the end goal, is unity. The coming togetherness of a lost people. But that's not what I see. And I'm pretty sure that's not what everybody else sees. What I see is people are actors and actresses in front of their little personal cameras on their phone. And they want to be celebrated. They want to be celebrities. Facebook celebrities or whatever. Religious celebrities. They want to be the Dr. Bens, the Yahweh Ben Yahwehs, the Farrakhans. You know, they want that prestige. They want that platform. And they're starting from the bottom. And the bottom is Facebook, YouTube, you know, putting yourself out there, presenting yourself to the people, you know, making sure you say the right words, making sure you have the right tags, making sure you will be viewed because you are in the aspirations of creating a foundation or a platform for yourself so you can ultimately get money and survive and live comfortably. That's really what it's all about. So, you know, this is what's going on. People are running to and fro. People are running from this information, that information. People are promoting and pushing false information, misleading information, all in the aspirations of being celebrated, being a celebrity. You know, everybody want to be polite. So everybody want to be, you know, it's crazy. It's crazy. And just be aware. Be vigilant, you know, on who you are viewing and what you're listening to. You know, just use distinction in who you are attaching your understanding with or to. Just be a little distinct because, you know, everybody that's speaking is not speaking truth. Everybody in front of a camera is not real. You know, and we should know that from all this rape and pedophilic exposure that's been going out, you know, going around with these iconic actors that on television, they was a good person, seemed like, you know, humble, they don't curse, don't look like they hurt a fly. But you turn that camera off, they out there, you know, having sex with transvestites and homosexuals, and they're raping, you know, drugging women and raping them, and, you know, and calling people niggas, and, you know, all type of crap when the camera's not on. But when that camera turned on, oh, they're the nice, you know, nicest, sweetest person in the world. You would want to get to know this individual. You think you know them because you see them on camera and think this is who they are, but it's not. And this goes for Facebook Live. This goes for anything. You got to be, you know, be careful in taking these people that's in front of the camera as they are, as they present themselves, because they're not, you know. And then the information is distorted, is wrong, and it's not really helping anybody but them. You know, we have to realize that what's going on here is that these platforms, if people was really speaking the truth, speaking righteousness, then I believe that Facebook would have shut down their live feature. If everybody was, if all of us so-called black Hebrew Israelites and Muslims, which speaking the truth, speaking with some common sense, speaking on the lines of unity, really bringing people together, not on this stupid camp, hold your fists up and have a sword debate thing, not that. Like, we're really coming together as a people. We're really establishing a foundation of peace and respect for one another, and companionship, family, or, being family oriented. If we was really, if you constantly saw that on Facebook, people live talking like that, they would have eradicated the live feature. I'm telling you. But they haven't. Like, I give you an example of people in a platform. Now, you have the Comedics and the Black Hebrew Israelites that is going against what's his name? I think it's Anthony Callahan, the guy that promotes that we are the indigenous Neji of this country. So this guy's promoting that the fact that the blacks, so-called African Americans, so-called descendants of slaves, were actually not descendants of African slavery, but are descendants of Aboriginal slavery in this country. And the fact that this brother doesn't use fairy tale Bible scriptures, which the Bible is a fairy tale. It's a beautiful novel of absolute falsehood. Why I say that? Because it's called the King James Version. That's why I say it's false. It's someone's version of the original text. So you can't take it as 100% official, because it's someone's version. I can write my own version. Matter of fact, they have. You want to know how many different interpretations and versions of the Bible it is? I mean, it's impossible for you to say that the King James Version, 1611 Bible, is the official biblical text. It's a version. This is why we have the New International Version, the New King James Version. We have the, it's just so many. You can look it up for yourself, how many different versions of the Bible it is. Because the first Bible ever brought to the Americas was a version of another book that we know nothing about. So that's why I say it's a fairy tale, But this Anthony Callahan is actually proves what he says through government legislation, government documents, things that was written within the legislation of this American government. And he uses that to prove his case. He doesn't use the Bible or scriptures to prove his case. He actually uses legal documentation to prove his case. But what he's doing and what he's promoting has the ability to destroy the Black Kemetic and Black Hebrew platforms. Even though the Black Hebrews believe that the Gad or the Mexican-looking Native Americans is Israelites. Oh my God, that's ridiculous. But even still, what he's promoting eradicates and destroys the notion of Deuteronomy 28 and 68. Okay, and for the Black Kemetics in this country, it destroys the Deuteronomy 28:68, or they don't believe in Deuteronomy 28:68, but they do believe they came over here on slave ships. So Anthony Callahan and what he's promoting and the facts that he's presenting would totally destroy the Black Hebrew Israelite theory, and the theory that they organize around, and the Kemetic theory on what they organize around, which is the fact that they were Egyptians brought over here through slavery, So, yeah, they are attacking him via video or whatever, through social media, through lives, they're attacking him because his information could destroy their little platform. And he's not going against them. He really has no reason, never spoke of them, never said anything about the Black Hebrew Israelites, never said anything about the Black Kemetics, never said anything about the Black Muslims, never said anything about anybody. He's going off what he's researched. And it's more legitimate than those other three, the Mohammedans, the Black Hebrew Israelites, and the Kemetics. All that stuff comes from books of unknown authors and retranslated versions of supposedly old ancient texts or something, So really, what the Kemetics, the Hebrews, and the Muslims, is, anything that they say to justify their identity, their belief, or whatever, is really a fairy tale. It's really fake. It's really just a good bedtime story. Now, if you can believe whatever you want to believe. That's your choice. If you want to believe the sky is pink every day, who's to tell you it's not? But what Anthony Callahan is doing is actually showing legal documentation to justify what he is promoting. The Black Hebrew Israelites, the Black Muslims, and the Black Kemetics cannot provide that legal documentation to present why they say who they are, who they are in the first place. There's no legal documentation that they can find, through the American judicial system, that they were Kemetics or anything or Hebrews or anything like that. So what he's promoting will, if enough black folks grasp his teachings and his exposure of truth, they would abandon that Black Hebrew Israelite and Jewish and even Muslim. They will abandon it for their original culture. So religion, was passed down to basically keep us in a state of ignorance, to be, docile in a way. So this guy is trying to bring us back to our natural roots. But these other guys who got 501c3s and they're attached to some type of government, overlord, they can't allow a person like him to speak the truth, because it might get out to the people, and the people might follow him and reject Egypt or anything religious at all, and they would, assume the proper identity of themselves. So a lot of these people that's in front of this camera that has these camps or has this exposure, every time you go on the internet or you going through the search engines, these camps or these certain guys are what you see all the time. So these people are actors. They are paid agents, or just independent, ignorant scholars looking for their own platform, trying to establish it by any means necessary. So, just be aware. Just be aware. Just be, take heed. Take heed. Use your knowledge. Use your common sense. Listen to what these people are talking about. Research double back on what they're talking about. Don't just take their word for it because they're in front of a camera. And there's 200 other people viewing them, or don't be a follower. Be a leader. Lead yourself. Don't follow anybody. Remember, our shepherds lead us astray. According to the book of Isaiah, it says, those that lead you cause you to err and destroys the ways of your past. So lead yourself. Don't be a follower. Just because other people are following don't mean you have to follow. So that's the moral of this live today. Peace to everybody. Shalom, shalom.